got the dreaded turn signal bulb that isn't working, and this is on a Chrysler Crossfire, and I am going to make a separate video on how to clean this, and I'll put that in the description somewhere else later. But the purpose of this video is to get that annoying turn signal to finally work. I tested before the turn signal on I would take this bulb out and put it on the other one, and it worked. So I knew the actual turn signal is not the problem, but instead it's the inside part. So very easy to take the turn signal bulb out. It's like this. These are the contact points. I tried something else where I would add grease to this or a pin, see if that worked. That was not the problem. So unfortunately, I had to take this out. I have a separate video you can watch on that. And now I'm going to show how to fix this so the turn signal bulb will work. Place the bulb to the side, and I can show you where it's bad here. And the reason why you can't do it in the car is because gravity, pretty much. You need a solder to get right on there, and that's why I had to take this out. Unfortunately, I really didn't want to, but I had to. Anyway, there's a couple contact points. So there's one contact point right there. I'll zoom in. The other one is right here. It's kind of dark and dirty looking right there. See that right there? What I'm going to do is I'm going to get a pick and sandpaper and just try to scratch that, get that to be a little bit clean.
Another quick way to identify where the inner contact points are is by looking at when I put the bulb back in, and you'll see a blue dot and the number 21. That is where the contact points will be on the inside. I'll mark it for reference, or you could also take a marker and put a dot so you'll know exactly where the contact points are.
Okay, so now I'm going to remove the light bulb turn signal from its socket. Place that to the side, and it's right here. That's bad. So what I'm going to do is need some distilled water and baking soda and a Q-tip. Put some baking soda on this Q-tip. Just gonna soak it, and then I'm gonna put it on right here where I know it's bad. Scrub it a little bit. Good. Now we're gonna take the remains of this, put it in there, baking soda and distilled vinegar, and just soak it. Q-tip. Now I'm gonna put this on here. Okay. Now I'm gonna grab either a flathead or a pointed tip. And I'm just gonna scrub it. See if anything comes off of that. This again with baking soda and distilled water. As you can see, that's some gunk. I'm going to do the same. The other electrical connector. Just scrape a little bit. Interesting. Right there. Look at that. There's a hole there. There's no contact.
The old material must have burned up or caused a hole somehow. So I'll put some flux and solder in the burned up hole and then sand it. This is why this headlamp had to be completely removed from the vehicle. So with that being said, I'll show you all the tools and supplies to gather.
These are all the tools and supplies you're going to need to fix your turn signal in the headlamp. I'll put all these tools and supplies in the description, as well as some other helpful video links that go along with this turn signal headlamp project. If this video helps, please tap the like button and subscribe, as it's always appreciated. That being said, let's fix that turn signal.
I'll start off by adding flux and tinning the solder iron. A quick disclosure, this was one of the first or second soldering jobs I've ever done. Anyway, off camera, I added a tiny drop of flux to the whole area where the solder will flow into next. Okay, now I got some solder wire. Again, all tools and supplies used will be in the description below. I'm putting some solder wire where the contact point is and heating it up with the solder wire. What I should have done is put the solder wire on top of the soldering iron and let it drip into the hole. Anyway, once I got that nice drop, ball-like look of solder in the hole, the next thing to do is stroke the ball so it's not so high. Essentially, I'm removing some of the solder because it's too high. I'll just clean up some of the solder mess, and anywhere where I might have melted the plastic, I'll just smooth it out with a flat head and sand it later. Try to be careful to not get the soldering iron to touch the black plastic. Next, I'll carefully put the bulb back in and lock it in place. It should turn and lock in smoothly. If not, then I'll remove some more solder until I can easily turn the bulb back into position.
Carefully. Okay, the solder is still in there. Good. Now I will put this back on here carefully. Just lock it carefully. Okay. I'll just connect this and see if it works now. The turn signal works. Wish me luck. Okay, back at the car. Got the headlamp right here. I'm just going to do a test connection right now. So I have this. Turn on and see if this starts turning. Let's find out. Yes!
This hasn't been working for 10 years or more, and I fixed it by soldering a poor, bad, known joint that Chrysler and Mercedes should have fixed. But that's the crooked auto industry for you. Anyway, I'm thrilled it's finally fixed. Hopefully this video helps with your bad light bulb connections. I'll put all tools and supplies used in the description in case you try to fix your light sockets, and mention in the comments if you have any better ideas, like maybe using solder paste instead of just soldering. Thoughts on that? Anyway, some other helpful videos that go along with this series is in the description, like how to remove this headlamp, which you can watch right now, as well as how to clean these headlamps to bring out that shine. If you like this video, then tap the like button and consider subscribing so I'll make more videos. Thanks for watching, and have a great day or night.